In today's age, history is no longer confined to the pages of dusty books or the walls of archives. With just a few clicks, historians, students, and curious minds can access centuries of knowledge through online platforms. Doing historical research online opens up a world of possibilities, bringing hidden stories to light, connecting global perspective, and making the study of history more inclusive and dynamic than ever before. But how do we navigate this vast digital landscape responsibly and effectively? How do we separate facts from fiction in an age of information overload? And lastly, what roles does technology play in safeguarding history for future generations?
Now that we have already introduced the topic, we will now delve into the different types of websites that we can use to do historical research online. These online websites are websites that will help us if we are going to do a historical research online. By using these websites, we can gather information more faster and efficient. These are some of the websites that we can use to online research: Digital Public Library of America, Google Books, Internet Archive, and World Digital Library.
Sa panahon ngayon, online research plays a major role dahil it gives us unprecedented access. Napakaraming digitized archives, databases at mga specialized tools. Ibig sabihin, kahit nasa bahay lang tayo, we can access information na dati kailangan mo pang puntahan physically, like libraries or historical institutions abroad. So this digital landscape really breaks geographical and physical barriers when it comes to researching history. Hindi lang ito limited sa old documents na scan at na-upload. Kasama rin dito yung mga more digital materials or yung mga documents and files na talagang ginawa na digitally from the start. And dahil may advanced search algorithms at data analytics, mas madali at mas mabilis na natin mahanap ang specific information. And lastly, dahil sa efforts ng institutions at web archives to digitize and preserve historical data, nasisigurado na long-term ang preservation ng valuable info na to para magamit pa rin ng future generations ng researchers. So in summary, online research revolutionizes the way we study history. Mas malawak, mas inclusive at mas interactive ang approach. Kaya dapat natin itong i-maximize as we explore and understand the past.
In the digital era, the preservation of cultural heritage has been significantly enhanced through the process of digitization. Through digital archives, databases, academic resources, and valuable information that might otherwise be inaccessible is made available to a global audience. Digital copies of cultural artifacts can be shared online, transcending geographical barriers and allowing people from different parts of the world to study and appreciate these treasures remotely. As intangible cultural heritage cannot be seen or held in physical form, documentation, particularly through media production projects, allows us to understand the evolutionary trends of a certain element of intangible cultural heritage and formulate measures for its safeguarding. Embracing digital technologies and heritage preservation not only safeguards our collective human legacy, but also fosters a deeper understanding and appreciation of diverse cultures worldwide.
Digital archives are changing the way we do research, especially when it comes to history. In the past, researchers had to visit libraries or museums to find old documents, letters, or photos. But today, thanks to digital archives, many of these materials can be accessed online, anytime and anywhere. This has made research faster, easier, and more open to people around the world. Websites like Europeana, Digital Public Library of America, Britannica, Cambridge University Press, U.S. National Archives, National Historical Commission of the Philippines, and the Internet Archive, which collects all sorts of information, including extraordinary primary source material and multiple media formats. These websites gather millions of historical information or items and make them available to students, teachers, and researchers everywhere. In short, digital archives are reshaping the future of research. They are protecting our past, foreign discovery, and making knowledge more accessible than ever before.
Historians use online research to identify trends, patterns, and connections across historical events by accessing vast digital archives and databases. that contains primary sources like letters, newspapers, and official records. These online collections allow historians to quickly compare information from different times and places, revealing recurring themes such as economic causes behind multiple revolutions or spread of political ideas like nationalism. Additionally, historians use digital tools and software to analyze large sets of data, helping them detect patterns that are difficult to see in matter. Online collaboration platforms also allow historians to share findings and cross-check sources, strengthening the identification of connections between events. This combination of accessible digital sources and analytical tools make it easier for historians to uncover complex relationships and broader trends in history.
Loss of context, select bias, quality issues, access limitations, data sharing barriers, and digital skills gap in which digital sources may lack original context, leading to misinterpretation. Digitization is influenced by financial, political, work commercial factors excluding key materials. Errors and poor scans reduce the accuracy and reliability of digital reproduction. Institutional restrictions, copyright and institutional policies hinders the access for many researchers. Solutions are contextual awareness, advocacy for open access, improving digital literacy, collaborative efforts, and metadata standards in which historians should cross-reference digital sources with physical archives to ensure contextual accuracy. A training program in digital tools and methodologies can help historians adapt to new research paradigms. Additionally, engagement with different diversity can enhance access to diverse sources and expertise.
These days, there's so much information online that it's easy to believe whatever pops up first. But not everything we read, especially about history, is true. History isn't just about the past, it shapes how we see the world. That's why it matters that the sources we use are accurate and trustworthy. As highlighted by history skills, evaluating the accuracy of historical sources is a critical skill that enables historians, researchers, and the students decide how much they can believe the information offered by a source. Since all historical sources are written by people with particular perspectives and biases, some information can be manipulated. Therefore, determining the accuracy of each source is essential. Harvard University echoes the sentiment, emphasizing the need to evaluate an author's qualifications, the purpose of the source, and its accuracy. They caution that not all written content is reliable and stress the importance of evaluating whether a source is appropriate for your research. By evaluating online historical sources, we protect ourselves from misinformation and ensure a more accurate understanding of history.
Online research plays a vital role in preserving history by enabling researchers to study and document historical sites and artifacts remotely. Through high-resolution photographs, 3D models, and satellite imagery available online, historians can closely examine ancient art structures, ruins, and rare artifacts without the need for physical presence. This approach is particularly beneficial when sites are inaccessible, hazardous, or have suffered damage. Digital archives also house scanned documents, maps, and records pertinent to these sites. Historians can access these resources to gain a deeper understanding of a location's history, its evolution over time, and its cultural significance. Tools like Geographic Information System and high-resolution imaging aid in visualizing relationships and changes, enhancing the analytical process. Online research, supported by digital tools and collaborative platforms, significantly enhances the preservation and study of historical sites and artifacts, making history more accessible and comprehensible to scholars and the public alike.